Literally every single person you know is faking it. Your friends, your boss, your partner, they're all just wearing a mask. Yeah, but it's not malicious. It's strictly survival. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into Friedrich Nietzsche's psychology to show you exactly how to read anyone instantly. Let's get into it.
Seriously, think about that one friend who acts like an absolute saint around their boss, right? But then they are completely unhinged at the bar on a Friday night. Who are you really talking to there? Which one is the real them? Or are they just totally fake? Well, honestly, neither. You're just talking to their survival mechanism. See, Nietzsche pointed out that people rarely speak from pure truth or logic. Mostly they speak from fear. The words they're saying, that's just armor. It's literally just a shield they use to keep from getting hurt by the world.
Right, which brings us to section 1. Everyone wears a mask. The illusion of the surface.
Okay, I still say people are just manipulative. Think about that coworker who's always complaining about everyone else being, quote, arrogant and impossible to work with, when they are literally the most insufferable person in the entire office. Like, they're just toxic, right?
No, actually, that is textbook projection. Okay, let's dive into this. Nietzsche said that what someone absolutely hates in others reveals exactly what they're hiding in themselves. So that constant criticism? It's not really about you. It's a mirror. It's just reflecting their own hidden pain and insecurity.
Wait, that's actually crazy. That completely changes how I look at my social media feed. What about that person who loudly virtue signals every single good deed they do online? You know the type. Look at me feeding a stray cat today. I'm just so blessed.
Exactly. When someone constantly claims to be the most honest and giving person, what you're actually looking at is deep insecurity and vanity. Nietzsche really believed that excessive virtue is just vanity in disguise. Think about it. True goodness doesn't need applause. If they're screaming on the internet about how incredibly good they are, they're just desperately trying to drown out the little voice inside that tells them they aren't enough.
Which takes us right to section 2. Loud confidence is fear. Overcompensation in action. So this is the loud gym bro who always has to one-up your vacation story, right? Like, if you went to Spain, he went to Spain for a month and literally fought a bull. It's just extreme exaggeration.
Precisely. Loudness is just doubt wearing a costume. And you can actually spot the mask cracking through a few key signs. Extreme exaggeration, an obsessive need for control, or this constant online performance.
Yeah, like that friend doing curated couples photo shoots, 5 times a day? Because they're absolutely terrified of being alone with their thoughts in the quiet. The whole performance is just a total cry for help.
Okay, but here's the thing. What about absolute control freaks? Take a boss or a partner who micromanages every single text message, every email thread, every weekend plan. My cynical view is that they're just obnoxious dictators making everyone miserable.
Right, so you see an obnoxious micromanager. But the reality? They are utterly terrified of inner chaos. When someone seeks absolute iron-fisted control over their environment, a stricter outer shell just means their inner self is deeply fragile and spiraling out of control. If they let go of controlling that email thread, they feel like they will literally fall apart.
Moving on to section 3. Patterns are silent confessions.
The child behind the adult.
So what about people who just ghost you out of nowhere, or people who are just straight up toxic? Like, are they just fundamentally bad people?
Well, remember, no one argues from pure logic. People act to protect a pain. Behavior is just biography. So we aren't seeing their current beliefs or who they really want to be. We're seeing their unresolved childhood wounds playing out in real time right in front of us.
Oh, so the guy who tries to logically convince you that, love is a scam, he isn't dropping cold hard facts. He's literally just using logic as a shield for a scared inner child?
Bingo. They are protecting a wound. They're just terrified and trying to avoid the possibility of ever getting hurt again.
All right, let's make this real. Think about the last time you ghosted someone when things started getting a little too serious, or when you constantly overworked yourself to the point of burnout. Or, be honest, the last time you tore down someone successful online.
Let's dissect those actions because they all have hidden confessions. Ghosting isn't you being chill or detached. It's a deep fear of abandonment. Overworking constantly, that isn't pure ambition. It usually means you're allergic to silence and terrified of your own dark thoughts. And tearing down someone successful, that is secret envy. It's an unspoken desire for a life you genuinely don't think you're allowed to have.
Damn. I started this whole thing thinking I was getting some kind of cheat code to catch everyone else's lies. But this explainer is actually forcing us to look in the mirror, isn't it? We're the ones wearing the masks, too.
Exactly. We all do it. And that brings us to Nietzsche's final and honestly pretty haunting thought.
Everything you judge in others is something you carry. So now you know exactly how to read the mask. The only question left is, are you brave enough to drop yours?